Hello Identity5 gamers, today we're watching some more COA matches from the CN Regionals. Today we're specifically watching only one set today. It is going to be day 2 set number 1. We're actually recording this a little out of order, but it's fine because we're already out of order with the live streams anyway. But normally when I'm alone, I like to do 2 sets, but we're only doing 1 today because we have a special guest for day 2 set number 2, which should be out probably tomorrow at the time of this is releasing. I'm hoping. We'll see. But yeah, with that being said, today's set is between ACT and LZDG, so let's just get right into it. Here we go. It's time for round 1, first half between ACT and LZDG. They're actually picking Hullabaloo for round 1, which just makes sense, but the mechanic is really interesting here because normally we see mechanic being banned in round 1. Mechanic is one of, if not the strongest survivor for round 1 because she just pushes Cypher so gosh darn hard. Maybe not the best, but she's definitely such a threat, a huge threat, because I've said it before, she literally just turns this game into a 1v5, and Goatman and Hullabaloo specifically have a hard time keeping up with her, especially Goatman, because he has to waste time, force out a cage just to kill the bot, unless he wants to hit the bot twice, and if he hits the bot twice, that's 10 seconds of free rotation for the mechanic, so yeah, that's not good, and otherwise, if you waste a cage to kill the bot, that's 1 cage gone, and if you can kite 3 cages versus a Goatman, you're good. And also, you need to waste 4 cages to kill if you want to kill the bot twice, and then the mechanic. So it's just like, it just becomes too many cages, too many gosh darn cages to use. So yeah, mechanic just ends up being a really good character here in round 1. So we do see full kite on the Seer and mechanic, Tidebound on the Puppet in the Grave, and then Detention Insolence Peepers on the Hullabaloo. So a little bit interesting here. We don't have triple Tide, we don't have triple Sui, and we don't have a trump card build from the Hullabaloo. We're actually only having Inso, Detention, and Peepers, which I feel like was the initial build that people were running with this guy until people started realizing, oh yeah, he doesn't need Detention because he's so stupid. He doesn't need it. He can kill you so quickly anyways. Most people against a full press Hullabaloo are not lasting more than 20 seconds, so he really doesn't need it. Now, he did spawn away from the mechanic, which is going to allow the mech to drop her bot instantly and then just rotate away, which she... Did she drop the bot? I actually can't tell. It looks like she didn't. Probably thought she would have had some time. So we're going to see Exhibitionist, Control Freak, Panic, Wanted Order, and Impact, along with Instant Attention on the Persona Web for the Hula Hoop. For some reason, the commentary is muted, so I apologize for that. Typically, I like to have the commentators at a very small volume in these matches, but for some reason they're muted. I think they come back later. I'm not entirely sure. Throughout this day, they're a bit off and on, so I apologize for that. It looks like the mechanic did actually shove out her bot. Seer will be getting on the tram here, simply because, yeah, why not? And because he has some time here, he's going to quickly kill the bot. Yep, just going to kill the bot. He has some time. He might as well, since he has to wait for the Seer anyways. And because of that, he actually got a little bit of presence to have a single jump, so... Yeah, I guess the timing of that is actually quite fortunate for the Hullabaloo. Maybe Tracy needed to hide her bot a little sooner from this Mr. Hula Hoop here. Is Seer going to try to route to... He is. Yep, Hullabaloo would have got hit by the tram if he went. Okay, that was good timing on his routing. We see him owl the first set of damage there, all 3 balls. And I think he tried to flywheel it earlier, but didn't quite get the flywheel. So far, so good, though. Cypher already done. Puppeteer Cypher's already done. 1 at 83. 1 at 16 is really bad. I'm not really sure whose that is. I'm guessing it's the mechanics. Her bot is out again, but she's not doing anything with it. It's kind of just being left there for... I don't know. It's just kind of there. I don't know if they're going to rescue with it. I don't know if they're going to use it for tinnitus. I feel like they should just put it on a Cypher. Maybe she wants to put it onto Cabin Cypher here. But that'll have to be later. I gotta say right now, this Seer is doing an absolutely amazing kite. Unfortunately, Mai's Hullabaloo doesn't look as proficient as other Hullabaloos we've seen out here before. But that was still a very solid kite from the Seer here. It just didn't seem like Mai had the greatest when it came to the pursuit. Specifically like the double color, I feel like they were struggling a little bit with. But I feel like their initial clone hits weren't too bad. But yeah, that's it. When you're a Hullabaloo, bro, you definitely don't want to get kited that long. That was such a long kite. I mean, Tram definitely did not help, but it was such a long kite. Again, I still don't know what the bot is doing. At this point, they're just going to only use it for gate opening, so Yeah, I don't know. Unless it's just there to defeat Tinnitus, because it technically was there defeating Tinnitus the whole time. Seer is going to die and go out all the way over here to Island to die away from the Ciphers. Ciphers are 74, 77, and 28. Looking at 30 right now. Yeah, this is just looking really, really good for ACT. This is most likely going to be a draw. Because again, they still have that bot. They still have the bot out there. And the bot is... It's being moved. I don't know where to, though. Where did they move the bot? Oh, it's decoding. Oh, it's decoding right there. Okay, interesting. He's going to drop 2 peepers on the bot Cypher. Wow. I mean, the bot's not going to waste time breaking it. It's just going to keep forcing decode. Yep, it's just that 1v5 game, bro. Because now they can double rescue as well. They can double rescue while the mechanic can still work on the Cypher. Oh, bro. Mechanic, dude. It's just so good. And then they can even duo decode later if they need to, which I think they're actually doing right now. Ooh, Puppet, let's see. Ooh, gets the rescue. Cypher's at 80, and Seer does not have Borrowed, so he is going to die. Why is he dying toward the Cypher? What the heck? What? Okay, that was weird. Are they just going to let the bot sit there? They're not going to put the bot on the gate? I think the mechanic must be already on the other gate or something. I don't know. And Seer flywheels just to get farther out over here. I see. Oh, no, that's a 3 escape. Never mind. That's a 3 escape. That is a 3 escape. So yeah, see how detention literally did nothing for this guy? Absolutely nothing. There's no way he struggles, right? Okay, he doesn't. Sheesh. So now it's time for round 1, second half. This time ACT is busting out the Goatman. So no Hullabaloo. We love to see the Goatman coming out here sometimes. I don't really know about the Lucky Guy pick though. I feel like the Lucky Guy pick is just... He's there to basically be a discount mechanic. I'm guessing they're spawning him mid? But if the Goatman spawns left, he dies. Unless they have some sort of rotation plan. I don't know. I mean, there is a chest somewhat near mid as well. I can only assume they're going to have Lucky Guy try to rotate and then get a bot. Maybe that's their strategy? I don't know. They got Priestess, Psych, and Grave on the team as well. I mean, Priestess is a bit more of a niche pick, but she can definitely be used. I'm just wondering about that Lucky Guy. Lucky Guy round 1? It's crazy because we did see Lucky Guy a decent amount when it came to Opera meta in the past because he was actually not a terrible character versus Opera. Biggest reason for that was just because he had veterans. Now, for some reason, I was looking at these builds. There's only one Sui. I think it was Borrowed Knee-Jerk Lucky, Borrowed Knee-Jerk Psych. Which, first off, I don't understand why. Your Hunter only got a 1k, so you need to 3 escape. And you're going with these builds for a 3 escape? That's kind of crazy. That's either some confidence or not knowing what to do, I guess? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't agree with the builds though. Because it's Tide Flywheel Priestess, and that's your only Sui. You need multiple Suis. But yeah, getting a 3 out against Goatman is really, really hard unless the Goatman kind of just messes up here. So it is going to be a Peeper Detention Trump card Goatman with Fast Pop Break and Berserker, which is honestly the most optimal Goatman build in my opinion. Gonna drop a Peeper right here, looking around for his first target. It's probably gonna find out it is gonna be the Lucky Guy here. So Lucky Guy picked up an elbow pad to, I guess, just continue the rotation here. Oh, he's inside the cage though. All right, so far so good. Ah, that's tough. And now he's stuck out over here. He would have much rather been in the double window pallet area over there. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know why he did that. I don't know why. That did nothing. It was clearly going to be black cage. I don't know why he did that. Very weird decision from the Lucky, but it's fine. I mean, cutting Goatman isn't easy, so I don't blame anybody for not knowing what to do against this godsend of a creature. Grave's going to come on in here. Let's see. How will Goatman try to deal with the Grave? Will he do double cage? Double cage? Yup, he's going to do double cage. This way, he's going to be able to damage the Grave, hopefully here. Oh, careful now. He's going to one-tap the Grave. Only one-tap? They're going to double rescue? Okay, he farms the Lucky. He didn't injure the Rescuer, really, though. I don't know. That's interesting. Let's see. Will he opt to use a cage for 15 meters just to gain some distance here? Probably not. He's just going to go for a straight walk, I'm guessing. Let's see. Yeah, he's not going to try anything fancy. That would probably be a bit of a pain to set up, too. I don't really know how you do it from the corner. I don't even know if you can do it from the corner, actually, now that I think about it. Well, we're likely to see him break the portal and the pallet. Just clean up some resources here while he's got the time. They're going to feed Tinnitus here. Ciphers are not looking too good, but again, all they really need is a 2K for ACT and they're fine. What? Oh, I see. That's to... He did that just for Priestess. In case Priestess was there, he was gonna... Oh, no, I think I saw that clip now. I remember. Oh my gosh, I think I remember that. Yeah. I think I remember that specific instance of that happening. And, in a match, and it's literally just for Priestess. Yeah, because if he cages just like that, she can't portal through. That's what he was scared of. He was scared of like a last second cage. That was actually really smart. Oh, and that's Black Cage. Beautiful Black Cage. Oh my gosh. Absolutely beautiful Black Cage. And the backstep too. Okay, this Goatman is cooking. This Goatman is absolutely cooking, dude. Oh my gosh. The Black Cage. The cage to prevent Priestess portals. I mean, Ciphers are climbing, but again, they need a 3 escape with these to keep the round drawn, which is just impossible. All ACT needs is a draw, and their Ciphers are in a 4K position here. This is definitely 4K. Explodes on the Goatman, and there we go. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Priestess can have one last little chance to kite this out, but it's likely not going to do anything because he's got all the resources, bro. He's got everything. ZZ9's got everything. Sweeping through this team with the GOAT. Yeah, they don't have Ciphers. It's just impossible. They're like almost 200% behind, bro. It's tough. It is tough. It's more like 180 or something. I don't know. It's not looking good though. It is not looking good. That's a bit of a big cage there, don't you think, buddy? Okay. The only way is if Priestess wins like 8 mind games in a row. That's the only way. But who needs to win 8 mind games when you can do double cage or... Ooh, wait, that was just a good cage. That wasn't even a double cage. That was just a really good cage. So many times we've seen Goatmans go for that little cage strategy where... I don't really know how to call it, but they're on the other side of something. They position their cage in a way where they'll be able to go through one time. And then when they go through the cage again, they'll pop out on the other side of whatever they were trying to like go across. So yeah, that's already a win for ACT for round 1. At this point, this is just ZZ9 cleaning up the rest and getting the 4K because they just simply don't have Ciphers. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what LZDG's plan was here. The biggest thing was just like they just that's tough. You're 1 chip away. Yeah, the biggest thing is like you just don't have the builds either. Like they didn't go for a 3 escape set of builds. No triple tide, no full kite. Like they're bringing borrowed time as if that's gonna help them. That's tough. Dude, ZZ9's cages are really good. I actually can't lie. These cages are really good. And there's another one. It's a black cage. Yup, black cage equals you can't do anything. Fair and balanced Goatman, bro. Fair and balanced Goatman. So yeah, that's a 4K. Sheesh, that was actually one of the better Goatmans that I've seen from CN. The cages were just so good. The black cages, the transport cages that I don't really know a name, I guess blink cages you could call them. I don't really know what the word is for them. And spots immediately out this grave here. Breaks the cage. He's gonna set up a black cage most likely. Yep, black cage. And dead. Yep. Black cage you can't go through because the radius of the circle was too far to cross over to the other side. And Psychologist can't even heal in time because of the peeper. And that's it. That's a guaranteed 4K. Sheesh. This Goatman cooked, bro. This Goatman cooked. Well, he missed his double cage. That's funny, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know why they're not surrendering, bro. I really don't. But that is game 1, second half. ACT with a very, very big lead now. What is that? 8-1. Yikes. So now it's time for round 2, first half. And you're seeing what I'm seeing, right, guys? You guys see that little thing out on the field? Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. So we got a Pumbaa, a patient, a puppeteer, and then small child. Yeah, so I don't know. The commentators are also gone again. I don't know what's going on. They're just kind of here sometimes, and other times they're not. I feel kind of lonely when they're not here, but it's fine. Because we got small freaking child. Now, little girl is bad, right? She's a bad character. However, the commentators are back. That's interesting. I was about to say, tied little girl. However, for some reason, a reason I don't fully know, but I have some theories. I can only assume it's just the teleportation, but tied little girl is played as a niche pick on this map. Only this map, specifically Moonlit. Reason being is she can teleport to the closest person who needs to go for the rescue with Tide. That's it. They're pretty much called. They're pretty much saying that she's a rescuer, right? That's it. They play her as a rescuer because Moonlit is so gosh darn big that it takes forever to cross the map, right? But with Tide Little Girl, you can just teleport to the person closest to the chair, and then the little girl can fly on in for the rescue. So that's usually how she's played for this. It's a very niche pick. Doesn't work very often. Not all the time. Sometimes, but not all the time. It's a very rare strategy, but we don't really see it on any other maps. I think maybe on Lakeside it's been played a few times, but Moonlit is like really the only viable map that little girl is played on. Every other little girl usually gets cooked. But speaking of little girl, she is actually going to be taking chase, which is honestly the best chase target for an opera singer because little girl doesn't really do anything to opera. I mean, she stalls, and this is still going to be a hit. Yep. Maruko actually did mess up the dash for that, but now little girl just said, hey, I'm a garbage character. Let me just route into the Pumbaa, and that's it. So now opera is stuck chasing this wildling for 50 seconds. Yep. For 50 seconds. And that's just 50 seconds of free kite. It's literally 50 seconds of free kite. Until the Pumbaa likely will have the little girl die for him, so he can stay undamaged for a rescue. Maruko also not the fastest dashes in the world. Not too bad, but a little inconsistent. The dashes are good, but they're inconsistent. We need to see a little more consistency with these dashes. But yeah, this Pumbaa is just, it's too much. So it looks like, wait, the little girl fell off on purpose the second the blink happened, I guess? That's interesting. Maruko actually is going to chair basin here. We don't really see Opera's chair basin too often, but it's likely due to... I actually don't know. I'm trying to think. I guess it's just because they want to rely on their camp. But here's the thing, they don't even have to rescue. They don't. Like, Pumbaa can, and he likely will, but they don't have any incentive to. They already have such a huge lead. They could literally just sell and push ciphers. Because little girl doesn't really have much rebound. But Wildling can also get the rescue. He's probably going to get the rescue with his pig. Yep, going to come in here with the Pumbaa. Patient and Puppet is going to be, working these ciphers down like crazy. And let's see. How does Pumbaa get this rescue? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's funny. Oh, wait, the boar has been hit. Ooh, there's no way for her to prevent the rescue, though. She would have needed to go for like a terror shock game there. So the page does nothing because little girl is bad and gets hit, and it's after half. Will she go for the wildling? I think it actually would have been worth the risk to go for the wildling there. I think it would have been. You know where little girl's going to run. You know she's going to the corner. I think it was worth the risk to go for the wildling there. Honestly, if you ask me. Because he's down in basin. And there's all, just look at where the little girl's going, and she can't go far from there. I get wanting to eliminate her from the game, but getting the wildling out of the game too would be so good. Because then he'd be down right here, and if you're lucky and you find him, you can maybe get a 4K from this. Normally in most matches, I would say do what the opera singer did exactly, but it's because the fact that LZDG is so far down that they need to take risks, and they're not taking risks. And because they're not taking risks, you're not going to get any results. You're only going to get a draw. These ciphers are slightly behind. I cannot lie, they are slightly behind. But with how ACT has been playing so far, I just don't know. I mean, it doesn't even mention that LZDG is also a non-professional team as well. But, I mean, their opera, Maruko's opera looks pretty good. Like, the dashes, the movement, everything, it looks solid. I don't know if it's like max proficiency, especially with oh, that's tough. I say especially with some of their inconsistencies, but I mean they're definitely not doing bad. I just don't really know how you win from a position like this as an opera singer, because now you're wasting the Lewis's, which is good and bad because he's buying a lot of time, but he's also, you know, being wasted of his resources. And poor Monaco just doesn't have a chase. Every time they get close to somebody, they always have a resource, whether it be Patient, Hook, or Puppet. Oh boy, I mean, Patient only has one more hook left. This should be a hit right here. Let's see. Beautiful flywheel. And Zen just grappling back up there. Oh my gosh. Up again, bro. Okay, beautiful Patient. What? Okay, interesting. We're probably going to see here TP down. He's going to drop that pallet. Never mind, he's crazy. Look at the mind games. Ooh, and the speed boost. Does he make that? Oh my gosh. Beautiful mind game from the Patient. Absolutely beautiful. Does he kite this out is the question. I think he actually can. They're going to break the pallet. Oh, he doesn't kite it out. Oh, man. A couple more mind game wins and he definitely had that. That was a good kite from Zen there. Very good kite. Puppet is positioned at the gate. Are they just going to pop? They're just going to pop. Yep, they're just going to pop. I noticed that the Wildling is here to feed Tinnitus. But he has board too. And then the Puppeteer can just like easily walk out. It's a little bit of a risky play for ACT though, because they're kind of heavily relying on this Wildling not exploding. They get guaranteed one out here. But Monaco can definitely deal with this Pumbaa, because the Pumbaa's not going to last long enough. So Puppeteer is forced to come in for the rescue here. Nice bait from the Pumbaa, actually. Very good bait from the Pumbaa. But his Pumbaa's only going to run. He's going to run out in like 10 seconds. And now you're a walking hunter. And the rescue will likely happen very soon. Puppy in, yep, about 5 seconds. So, yeah. Now we got a mind game here. Oh, Maruko. That's so unfortunate. Oh, you got to make sure this Pumbaa doesn't last another 30 seconds. Otherwise, he's getting that gosh darn pig back. He's just going to play for mind games. At this point, you kind of have to. Okay. Ooh, okay. 10 more seconds? Ah, okay. Okay, nice. The Puppeteer's still here. The Patient is very scared of a TP. Oh, and that's going to be Basement this time. Okay. Well, Patient's going to work on the gate. Will she TP, though? That's the question. I don't think she's going to TP. I feel like TPing is too risky here. You don't really know where the other people are at. That's the issue. You have no idea where the Puppet's at. And you have no idea where the Patient's at. She TP's back into Basement. Yeah, they're just going to take the draw. Puppet can just walk out because he has Lewis. And then Patient can get out because, yeah. It gets it a little early, though. I don't know if it was necessary, but Puppet can just be like, oh, no, Puppet's already out because he has just, yeah, he can just Lewis twice. Because of Lewis buff, you can just Lewis 8 seconds. Just walk out for free. And now for round 2, second half, we're seeing the exact same Hunter, Opera Singer coming out again, this time against Finn, Gardener, Acrobat, and First Officer here. So changing up the team comp here quite a bit. And I believe ACT needs a 3K and they just win. If they draw, then we'll see round 3, but yeah, if they get a 3K, that's it. So right now, the pressure is on for LZDG. They need to tie minimum here, otherwise they don't get a round 3. Preferably they get a win here, but they need to tie minimum, otherwise the set's over. I do like their logo, though. Their logo is actually pretty cute. So yeah, I didn't get a good look at the builds, but I think we had a standard build Opera Singer, at least Attention, Trump Card, and Blinko. So yeah, I mean, day 2 is off to a pretty interesting start. Honestly, the ACT ZZ9 Goatman was probably the highlight of this match. So CN Goatmans, I mean, they're actually starting to cook, bro. They're actually starting to cook, I gotta say. Because I feel like Goatman has just been one of the most inconsistent characters being played, despite how solid he is. But let's see here. We're gonna be seeing Borrowed Time Tide on the Officer, pretty standard stuff. Borrowed Knee-Jerk on the Gardener and the Acrobat, and then a Tide Flywheel build on the Finn. So only one Sui coming out here again for LZDG, which I think is fine for Opera meta specifically. I'm kind of curious about this Gardener's running. I don't think she makes Coaster with this, does she? She gets TS and she gets on Coaster here. Oh no, okay, ZZ9, I think ZZ9 could have made it, but is gonna opt to just go for straight chasing here. And they did turn on the stop. That's going to be really, really good. That's going to buy tons of time. And now she's going to be forced to cross the bridge, which is going to force the officer off of his Cypher here. His 3% Cypher, mind you. But it's fine. It's worth the trade-off because of how much distance you get. Let's see here. Garner drops the pallet. Blink is going to be up in 5 seconds. TP back. The bubble has been primed here. Let's see. We'll likely see a blink. There's the blink. Prime the bubble, maybe? Oh my gosh, it wasn't ready. The second the blink happened, they needed to instantly stand still. They needed to do that instantly, dude. Ah, that's tough. That's tough. Well, their bubble is like super prime, so they're not going to get farmed. But unfortunately, bubble when you have 2 tide turners is really not the best. So yeah, that kite was... It was fine. It was fine. A lot of it was carried by Coaster, but the biggest thing is just... Yeah, I feel like the gunner could have positioned a little bit better. Acrobats here for the first rescue. Wait a minute. They're rescuing without one of their tide turners. Okay, well that means she has a chance to use that bubble pretty well. Let's see the bubble here. Bubble? Okay, this time for real. This time for real. Now it's primed. Now it's primed. And we get to this paladin time, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Now we're in a mind game situation. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Oh no, the slow vault. Oh, the slow vault. That's so unlucky. Oh, that's so unlucky, dude. I would not wish that upon my worst enemy. Unless it's Batter after he's been harassing me the entire game, then I might. So actually, I might wish that on my worst enemy when he's harassing me. I would actually wish that on a doc. No, I would. If that was a doc, I would wish that upon a doc. I still think docs. They should bring back slow vaulting doc back. I loved it. I loved it when she was bad. Because now she doesn't technically has no downsides. She's just like not the best character because she sucks. But she's still annoying. Stays out of range of the pocket watch here. But Officer has a second. Oh, wait. That's going to be a double down. Hold on. Wait a minute. If she can get a good solid down right here. All right, no. This is ACT, right? I kind of forgot. It needs to be LZDG with the tie here. I kind of forgore, bro. I kind of forgore. I don't know if the Garter makes the window. She's going to die in basement. That's funny. She realizes, huh? I can't buy any more time than this. Time to die in basement. So they got 1 injury, 1 down, and 1 person full health. And their ciphers are kind of mid. Yeah, these ciphers are actually kind of bad. They're... well... No, they're kind of bad. They're 120% behind. They're 124% behind on ciphers. Oh, no! Not fast enough. Not fast enough for Sweet 9. Oh, that's unfortunate. ZZ9 versus Sweet 9. Looks like we found out who ate 9. It definitely wasn't 7. It was Zeez. I'm trying to make a joke, but like that. Whatever. Oh, and the salt in the wound, bro. That's it. That's the game. GG's. GG's to ACT. And gets the fin out of his ball. Sheesh. CZ9. Calm down, bro. Calm down. Acrobat bomb, but you can go around. Bonk. There we go. All right, yeah, that's the game. That is the game. We'll watch it play out, but that is the game. Dang, I don't think I've seen a set with this much domination in a while. This was a highly dominant game for ACT. Oh, man. Dude, I feel so bad for LZDG because they're not even playing bad. It just feels like they're 1 second behind on everything. Like 1 second behind on the bubble, 1 second behind on the fin ball, 1 second behind on the acrobat bomb, 1 second behind on the officer watch. Like they're always like slightly off. Like their accuracy is like 80-90%, but it's like it's that last 10 to 20% of their accuracy and item utilization that's just killing them, dude. And it's honestly probably just the difference between professional versus non-professional. And that's the biggest thing. Stays out of the pocket. Dang, ZZ9 is on fire. Sheesh. And the instant farm. Okay, did a complete on reaction there. Complete on reaction against the officer. I mean, he got it. He did get it. But it's not going to do anything in the long run. They just don't have the ciphers. And Abnormal's going to be ready again very soon. So even if the ciphers do somehow happen, they have Abnormal to bring it back down again. And as a reminder, they need a draw. So if ACT gets a 3K, that's it. So they need to somehow rescue with Officer and decode 100% cipher progress, which is just not happening. They would literally need ZZ9's phone to explode. Like, that would literally be the only way. Acrobat's here to come in, but they're both at half. Finn essentially needs to kite up. Well, that's tough. Dude, ZZ9 is just too fast. Honestly, it makes this character look like she wasn't even nerfed. She's just too fast. That's scary. And another abnormal. So, they have to make it out with these two characters. They have no self-heal on the Acrobat, no pocket watch on the officer, no self-heal on the officer either. Sadly, I don't think that there's anything that they can do. Yeah, there's nothing that they can do. Yeah, they may be Joker and Akechi, but they don't have their personas. No Arsene, no Robin Hood. It looks like the end for old Jonkler and Akeki. Oh my gosh. I feel that, officer, I feel that. I would have done the same thing. And that is the game. Well played to ACT. Sheesh. So there we go. I guess that was a pretty quick set. Honestly, that was probably the most dominant set in CN regionals that I've seen so far. Yeah, that was just over in 2 rounds. It was very clear who the winner was going to be, but it still was a good set, honestly. Even though it was domination, I still feel like the players played very well. It's just they just needed a little bit more, like a little bit more time. They're just a little margin, bro, a little bit of margin. And they could have done a lot better, that's for sure. Either way, that is going to be it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.